All right, hello YouTube. We're back with more VoD reviews. This time we have a special guest with us for Top Esports versus T1, Kelsey Moser. Kelsey, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Honestly, it's cool to talk about League. I've been faking that I can talk about other esports for the past couple months, so it's fun to talk about League, which is an esport I can actually talk about. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, well, hey, diving into this one, Kelsey, I mean, frankly, I was really excited for this series. I thought it was going to be close. I know that you felt like Top actually had a good chance to win and maybe even move on to finals. What were your expectations? Or like, what would be the win conditions or hopes that you would have had for Top as we go into this series? Like, what did they need to win this series?
So generally speaking, I feel like Top can win if they win sides. I think part of the reason why I think I like Top more than BLG is because I think BLG's macro is generally dog shit. And I think it's improved a lot in summer, and we did see some of that. Like, they at least get themselves in position to win fights now, which we saw in the HLE series, which is good. But TES generally are better when they have winning sides, and that lets them set up well, and then they can like play from that, and then their team fighting is pretty good because they have a good AD carry, right?
Yeah.
But that's like generally what I think about, because I don't necessarily think of them as a team that's super good in laning phase. But their like mid game map is generally decent. So that was like what I was looking for. I think in this particular draft, we're not getting mid game map control through sides. So I was like, one thing. I think in later drafts they had opportunity to do it, but we'll focus on this one for now.
Yeah.
So I think that's already. I really like T1's draft. I think it's like if you like, this is the kind of draft T1 has the kind of draft that I love watching if you know how to execute it, right?
Yeah.
Which is like, we can play really well through sides, we can drag them around the map, and we can constantly disengage and choose the fights we want to take because we outrange them. We basically have a ton of zone control. So like for me, I already liked T1's draft. I will say that like TS's drafts have been a pain point a lot of the time.
It feels like Cream's pool is meh. And I will say going in, I do really agree with the T1 bans. Like, these are the 3 champs this far into the tournament that I'd remove unless you have a plan on an answer. And I'm curious. I don't think you can leave everything up because Yone actually has okay interactions into Skarner, even though I think Skarner is like the true problem champion.
Yeah.
And then you can get Aurora out of the... I mean, you can play it into Yone and keep it down, but like those 2 champions still get to exist in the form they do. Aurora is still really strong early, and then Yone, of course, 1+ items, really good. The one thing, though, that like T1, if they had a diagnosis of winning sides in the TES is good. The opener for the draft is really good for that, with just taking the Sejuani early. And I appreciate people being willing to play Sej lanes into Rumble, because it is one way that you can beat Rumble. And for me, T1 are definitely showing that they want to lane this game, so I'm curious if Top try and get out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think
swap.
Like, you pick the Silas Sej one too. I always remember Silas Sej being like an answer to like really good ult openers.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you have the skirmish potential, plus you can actually fight. And Rumble was like always one of those. And then you see the Ivern Trist, and you're like, okay, we just want to avoid fights, and you pick the Camille for side laning. So their opener is really nice.
Yeah, it definitely feels like the Silas prio increasing too. It's really increased Poppy prio, and there was no Poppy response from Top, which I was curious about too. Because Tian's a very good Poppy player.
I think so. This was like something I thought about a lot.
Yeah.
While I was watching it, but it's like I think the lack of the fact that they're really tunneling on Mako having engaged champ makes sense given the state of their team.
Yeah.
I think the draft on paper is bad, but I understand why throughout the series they just prio Mako on engage based on how they're playing, because it's like sometimes when your team is just not playing well, like in scrims, but you have one player who's consistently looking for fights and everyone else is like playing scared, you'll always give that player like engage, or you'll always give them agency, even if it doesn't necessarily make sense in draft, or it's like, I don't know, my team's playing like complete ass. Let's just do an all-in comp, even if it doesn't make sense, because maybe they'll press their buttons and go R. So it's like stuff like that I can see it. But yeah, the lack of Poppy is weird because Mako plays a lot of Poppy.
Yeah.
So that was definitely something I agree with. But I also think it makes sense given the state of the team
Yeah.
if you watch the games. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't have any notes on the runes. I feel like I've been kind of curious looking at runes, like some of the metagame of it, but it's gotten a little bit. It's pretty standard, like in the back half of the tournament. I do appreciate that Guma went Blue Tree on Kate because I feel like Kate abuses it really well. I was surprised that we got Kate. I know Guma's a very, very, very good Caitlyn player, but I was still surprised that we had Kate emerge. And then the MF answer to it, like, I get it fits the comp, but man, like trying to set up as MF into Camille Silas was really, really curious for me.
And I think it's like I actually think the MF was okay this game. But I think again they're just like trying to fight in lane. In
Yeah.
bot, it's like usually the TES MO is like we need to fight in lane and bot. So I don't know what else you pick at a gate that
Yeah.
fights. So it's probably why they went with it. I agree, it's not great. I think what you can do with it is maybe just clear wave and fast rotate, but that'll be like optimally what you're doing.
Yeah. Oh man, Zeus got early level 2 as well. I mean, I'm curious what Rumble started, but obviously the Ivern is clearing away from him.
I'm assuming E
Yeah.
because if he doesn't get the wave control,
Yeah.
and then
I always get a cleanse. Jackie will have cleanse too.
yeah, I mean they trade like I think they traded well summoners wise, but generally
Hold on. I gotta see how Tien set this up. Tien starting, he hit the Gromp for. Wait, no, he did.
he did top ciphers.
Yeah, but it was Wolves, Blue, Gromp that ended up being all prep. I mean, the fact that Owner gets this, like this timer is pretty crazy, actually.
I mean, I think if they're gonna play like this, Rumble should start Q. It's like my opinion. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm with you too, because Zeus just gets the freest crash, and then Owner gets to actually contest this, which is, this is really, really bad for top. So it's already kind of a gross start.
Like I don't think Camille can do much versus Q Star Rumble.
No, you hit W and you just eat it. Yeah. Wow. Good opener for Owner though. Like throwing the Ivern this far off is really big. For me.
No, this was good. And we did.
Oh my god.
Yeah. He gets out, and they end up investing a lot for it, which is like not bad for TS. But they also don't lose outside of like summoners. They don't lose much because of the wave state top, right?
Oh, Owner's got to press E then W, and Cream does, even if he flashes. Yeah. So Owner mucked that up a little bit. I really like the look though from T1. That's just crazy that T1 were able to find. Again,
it's a good look because if Cream dies there, they don't lose anything. It ends up being like semi okay for them just because they burn like one flash for 2, but
Zeus lost nothing for that.
Zeus doesn't lose anything, so top is doing.
Rumble can fight him on this bounce and maybe get out of it, but that's about it. And then Tien doesn't find anything but. And now Owner's gonna come hover. Nice.
It's also really efficient because for a little bit until like Zeus gets more items, Rumble will have prio for a while.
Yeah.
So like him really capitalizing on that window is actually insane.
Yeah, because now he just gets jailed. Good attempt from the trap as Guma. Okay, he did lose his flash. The trap at least forced Jackie like back. I don't know. I at least like delayed one of the autos coming out. It's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, he could have maybe died there, but in the end, it's like again they're trading for sums, but and this run for carry is insane. So nice.
Yeah, because Guma's forced out and Carrier just walks. Oh my god! Wow, that is really good from Carrier.
Also, check like Tien, that red spot was like a word, so it's like they don't know.
Oh,
that he was
Tien walked
spotted.
over a ward, yeah.
He doesn't know he's spotted. Like the
Yeah, 'cause
plan
it
doesn't
could have
get
been a
hit.
tank and yoink, and that's
Yeah.
not bad. But the fact that there's a fight and he stays for it, wow.
Mm. And it's just like really small things, but T1 capitalizing on them like way better is really nice.
It feels like top haven't had like a window to play at all yet in this game.
But they like in theory you could do something with bot, but they're just trying to play for 2v2.
Yeah.
And then when they overinvest resources into mid, right, Rumble can push out, and maybe we look for topside vision control. Like
Right.
this could have been a play with Rumble and Ivern, maybe.
Yeah, like if Rumble walks,
Um,
it gets better, but Rumble's not 6 yet, so I can at least see why
I
Rumble would
think
want
he's
6.
like plays 2v2 really well, especially because Trist is still getting pushed mid, so it's
Yeah.
not going to be like this. It's just going to be.
Oh
I also
man.
still like Ivern versus Sedge in isolation,
I do too.
but it's like so there's an angle where they can win that top side, and it's literally just because of the carry roam and the fact that Rumble doesn't move. So
Yeah.
like it's like my biggest thing is like TES have prio lanes, but all they're doing with them is they're trying to like force the lane wins. This is
Wow,
I
the
think
next wave got
TS
in.
it feels like TES just don't plan well in the early game, and this has been a common thread for them the
They
entire year. So that
yeah,
part is not surprising, I guess.
for
But
me they were not a good Rumble team. I know that
yeah,
369 is like on paper a good Rumble, but I didn't like his Rumble and I didn't like how they were using Rumble in this tournament. So I was kind of surprised to see them just
yeah.
B1 it.
I'm much happier when he picks just like something with sideline agency, and then they play for like okay, we can control mid and we drag them because I don't. It also just fits Cream's pool better when they play like that too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. His Cassante is like it's so insane.
mm.
This game feels like really cooked though. I really appreciate how Owner was able to force around the Ivern so hard early.
Like in theory, the most annoying thing for this game is like if T1 know how to play their comp, then TS are fucked.
Yeah.
But it's like if TS can get a force off on an objective, then like their team fight can be winning, right?
Yeah, I mean this is about
But
being good for top. Owner takes a bonus tower shot.
but if T1 play the map correctly, then they shouldn't get a winning team fight, right?
Yeah, this
That's like
shouldn't
kind of the
happen.
TLDR.
Oh, Zeus is
This
actually so
so
mega brain for this.
yo, you did see this clip?
Yeah,
Okay.
that is ridiculous from Zeus.
Yeah. The fact that he knows exactly the
Yeah,
fog
yeah,
is crazy.
that's
Yeah.
that's actually just next level. I T1's recovery from this is really good, but they had shoving lanes before, which I mean it does make it easier, but they were able to pick up all the lanes the way that they played out of this. They get a little bit gelled for it with the Camille, so like the assignments are better for top, but at least they like out of a negative play, T1 did get everything.
And it's like obviously they still failed the dive.
Yeah,
So Rumble is strong, but now it's like up to TS to use the Rumble, right?
yeah, and he
So
got
the
starved
question
out
is
in this
like,
sequence.
how do they use the Rumble? And he ends up like roaming top for. I think this is like too early, in my opinion, but it's whatever.
The 369 walk, or swapping him out's too early.
Yeah, I think he shouldn't go top on this window. I think he should go.
Oh, he
He
should went
should
bot.
Yeah, I think he should stay with the Camille longer. Because he's stronger than the Camille right now, and that won't last the entire game. And then
Yeah,
so
I
he
mean,
also,
if he walks mid and they see Faker top, you should be able to send him bot. I don't know, though, why they don't keep
I,
MF here for a bonus wave.
I
I'm,
assume it's because of Grubs, but they want like him for Grubs because he's their strongest member. But
yeah, he's got TP. He's got empowered TP, though, by the time those get up.
he has TP, and Grubs are not up for a minute, and he's
Yeah,
already here.
yeah.
So
Yeah, this was a weird sequence from top.
it's like they're also, I think they want to match him versus Silas. But
I am kind of down for the Rumble and the Silas, but they swap out of it here.
yeah, I'm down for the Rumble and the Silas,
Yeah.
but I think Triss still beats Silas right now as well, and Rumble
Yeah.
still beats Camille.
It should be the case, but like given the game that Owner played early on, like Zeus and Faker, Faker did die to the dive, but they've gotten freed up so much. Like, even with the kill going to Rumble bot, and they just take 4 grubs, get a TP, and then just gonna go play sides. Yeah, both waves in.
And
I love this from T1. This is a really good use of like using your first 3 grubs to pressure, and I don't like how top responded to this at all.
Three or four, yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is that I also feel like if they're not changing lane assignments this early, then they're not losing tempo on the map.
Top.
And yeah,
Agree.
and then they can just push out and rotate, like they can walk.
Yeah, agree. The 369 walk like ended up cooking them in the end, you know? Yeah. And then they burned both TPs to just get 2 grubs. And now T1 just gets to dominate sides with Sej in the next sequence. Damn. Yeah, I don't like how... Yeah, I do not like how TES played this out. I know the game 2 was like 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, I still can't believe that we have Collector Kate and Bard, like, in an actual lane. I mean, they get both bot lane flashes for nothing, so go T1. And they get fast track to mid. Okay. I'm so surprised that Jackie just ended up, like, I mean, he has BT. But yeah, T1 just take Drake on this timer. I feel like if Jackie stays, then top can actually threaten a Dragon timer, though. Like, by taking their own reset, they just drop all the power they would have had here. Because Jackie's conditions are not base-worthy here. Like, he can stay, and they could fight it. And Owner's down, like, they're down 3 ults, so I don't know why top sacked this. But they sacked this for Jackie's base timing for nothing. Like, I think this is a fight they kind of need.
I mean, yes.
They had no Daisy, but like the rest of their conditions are good. No,
I mean, my biggest issue is like there are so many angles in this game where it's like you should just fight. You know, like I think they maybe mentally are afraid of Bard. Like,
yeah,
it's the only thing I think of, because it's like if they hard force and Bard still has ult on any window, then maybe they just get cooked. But that's like all I can think of, because it's like at a certain point you just have to fight with this comp. Because what else does this comp do?
Yeah,
They just fight. You lose sides at a certain point.
that's a good opener.
Yeah, they get the engage here. They force carry out at least.
They don't do anything with it. Wow.
And then they don't, like, in theory, so...
In theory, if 369 gets his Rumble ult off, then carry dies.
Yeah, Rumble, we still have Leona ult too, right? So after this, he channels, maybe stagger Leona ult.
Yeah.
Because the biggest problem is they don't really have engage combo. Like, you need to stagger Leona ult until Rumble can get in position, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the Rumble is in position. Owner just, it's a root, and then Owner Rs him, which actually, like, he didn't equalize their follow-up, but, like, there are windows for 369 to throw this.
Also, like, he can throw it so that it doesn't just hit the Bard. So even if the Bard goes to the portal, like, you're...
Yeah, he can angle it with the portal or with the wall. Like, he's got 2 options.
You're still forcing Owner off, which is all you need to, like, get in position to try to...
It would have carved out some nice space for the team.
Herald or anything, you know?
Yeah, it would have like actually gotten top into the fight instead. Yeah, I'm with you. Just throw the ult. Whatever happens, happens.
And Triss can hard commit without, like, because she can hard commit and still get out probably. because you have Iron Shield, Rumble zoning. Yeah.
Nice for Carrier to be there because Faker can just TP back. Yeah, it's big.
Also, this is small, but we're building Kraken Slayer, so I'm chilling.
Yes. No, I've really hated all the Jhin builds this world. I know that everyone's been talking about the Mosquito build, but yeah, I just the value of IE on this champion or like getting the early Mortal Reminder can be so big in these games.
I mean, I have hated Bork Tristana with a passion. So
Hated what?
Bork Tristana.
Oh yeah, Bork Trist is brutal.
Timing could be great, but like you said, Cummy.
Decide Aries, thanks for the follow.
Again, I'm fine that we're using so much on Sedge because the thing with Sedge is that she's like most of their engage in a lot of their space creation, right?
I'm fine with that. It's not bad at all. Again,
but the problem is like after we do this and Sedge lives, it's like we either don't chase or oh yeah, I remember this. Okay.
Oh, we got canceled.
Yeah, TP got canceled.
That's really big from Zeus.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the walkout, I think they burned Bard Portal to even just get in. Yeah, it's down. So there's no Bardy.
Yeah, I would have still chased this as TES though. I don't know. Like, I feel like something has to happen here.
Yeah, like again, conditions are too good for them to get nothing, and it's this entire sequence was taken when timers were down. So like, only getting outer feels bad, especially because T1 just rift power plays.
It's crazy to me that they just don't predict this, right? That they just like hard shift into bot side and don't think about the Rift Herald.
Yeah, really good response from T1.
Yeah, and then they get dragged on the map. But I was like immediately thinking, oh, if you guys hard shift this, like you lose your entire top side. But
Zeus TP'd, and they aren't pressuring the dragon either. Because for me, like if you based Cream and had him TP bot, the dragon, you could be on dragon right now. So I don't know. I think Tian just way overplayed his hand up here. I'm okay with Mako clearing him out, but if I'm Tian here, I'm booking it for dragon.
I think Tian, as long as Tian doesn't show, he's fine. Like they should still.
Okay, yeah, he's fine.
I think if he shows top, then they lose Drake. But if he,
I had dragon spawning earlier. I'm fine with this top. Yeah, this is all fine.
Because like if I agree with you, if he shows top, then T1 should book. But since he isn't showing, they have no idea. So it's hard for them to.
Yeah. Okay, they still get it. It's fine.
Yeah. But I mean T1 keep present stop, and they commit to giving Drake because they already have two. And then they still drag TS topside, which makes it really easy for them to get bot control again.
Yeah,
dragon.
It's amazing how like I really feel like sides have, I know that like a lot of people are saying you can't win games playing through sides, but I feel like sides have really defined how the meta shifted this tournament. Whether it's like Syndra falling out, Ori falling out, Nocturne coming into the meta, Silas coming into the meta, like these are the champs where you can actually play through them like into sides and win.
I read patch notes and I was like, Yone Jax, right? And obviously Jax hasn't been as good as I thought he was going to be, but
Jax has been pretty damn good.
Yeah, Yone Jax Sedge, and I was like, okay, we should be able to play sides this tournament, right? Which is also part of why I thought TS would do well, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it happens. I had D plus as my dark horse for the tournament because I thought the meta really fit them, and Kingen showed up so fucking flat.
Sure. I mean, we all have to stick to our bold predictions because if we give up on them, it's like, oh, we predicted T1 and they won. Okay, I guess everyone did that. It's fine.
Yeah, true. I'm not hip to all the MF builds right now, so maybe I'll ask Thomas in chat, who I know is playing some MF, but I don't know about the ER second. I'm kind of just biased towards getting the IE. I think IE is too valuable.
I don't know if it's just like
dopamine for always having mana. Like that's
because he has to play like really good distance, right? So he doesn't like versus this comp, in my opinion. Like he's basically just playing for ult. Because I don't think he should be able to auto trade that much.
It's the solo queue perma stay on map build. True.
Yeah.
Wait, why did 369 take this route? Because he kind of fucks himself for this from the Ivern. Yeah, like he instantly flashes out. It's a really good MF ult.
It's a good MF ult, and then they do layer the Rumble on top of it.
Oh, owner just barely snuck out. The route was just a hair late. It's a bit of a blower.
I mean, he has to burn flash. No, they don't have such flash.
Yeah, I mean, they still get access to objective, but again, the timers they're taking this on, like, they can't really do a shit ton with this.
I mean, I think they should have just immediately peeled off of tower and looked at Baron, if anything.
Yeah,
Or-
they're down ours, though. I know the owner is, like,
they're
down.
ours. Owner is out, but the biggest thing that they would get from like rotating top is map control.
Yeah.
I mean, mid T1 to me is just so useless.
It
in
is.
This situation.
It is. And then they're forced to completely respond to T1's waves because their bot wave was really good heading into this, too.
It's like you force owner out, you play for map control on top, and then
Yeah.
you like basically threaten Baron, and T1 have to respond to that instead of setting up for Drake. I think is good. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. We'll just group in, or it's North America, right? That's where TES
I mean,
is from.
it's taking place in a Western region. We're in Paris.
TES is from NA, right?
Yeah.
That's why they're grouping them like this.
I haven't made many FF jokes today with all this taking place in Paris, so that's been good, Kelsey.
Oh, nice.
We're trying not to antagonize the French fans too much, even with JoJo now being on Mad, you know?
I thought about Matt is Spanish.
True.
It's fine.
But, you know, there's a rivalry between Mad and K-Corp, and because JoJo's there, you know, I must be a little bit pro-Spanish here. Okay, so we're going to give this an immediately go Drake.
I've been a big Mad fan all year, so it's fine.
Now I'm just going to look at Tian just completely wasting Daisy here. This is just brutal Daisy usage.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan. Like, I have double ADC. One has Kraken Slayer. I just pull there in. I don't care. That's kind of where I am.
It's fine. Honestly, if you want to do it in sack, it's fine. I'm not against it. They go on owner with no flash.
I think you don't have to sack because T1 would rather contest than get their dragon. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I think the biggest thing for me is like TES is comp, right? Like, let's think about what they want to do, right? They want to force a fight scenario, but they can't really because they're outranged by Caitlyn.
In the Bard.
Yeah, they're into Bard, and you have losing sides at this point in the game. So what's your best option? You just pull an objective. You try to force them to face check so that they're not like at a range advantage.
Yeah.
And maybe you kill Bard, or maybe you is probably likely to face check, or maybe you force Sejuani back, who's like probably the most likely face check. And then maybe you can like keep forcing like that. And I would just force Baron over and over and over. And just keep forcing Baron until I get a fight angle that looks good. Because I think that's all you can do at this point. Your comp sucks. So
yeah, it is kind of ridiculous, like from the T1 perspective, because we have had a lot of teams take these press R comps, especially later on in the tournament. Like MF's kind of come back. Like Carry can just play Bard, and it's such a big wrench into what you want to do as a team. It feels like sometimes it is just enough in terms of like getting you through chokes and like the Bard R just neutralizing engages or fights.
Okay, I just want your opinion of this entire sequence, unfiltered.
Okay, so we're just gonna run. Oh my god.
So let's go back.
Carria miss. I mean, this is really nice from Carria. But the like,
no,
I mean, we're already just jailed.
Sequence, right? They show up, they ult here, right? So they have no Bard ult now. Okay, that's fine. That's good. No.
Why do they not fight now?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Why do they not fight now? Why can't Mako just send it on the Flash's owner again and it's fine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Zeus is in a position. Like the Bard ult was clearly to get people in position.
Because my thought process was like, okay, we start the Baron. Why do we start the Baron? If we're not starting the Baron to force a fight, why are we starting the Baron? Like, what are we doing? I
Yeah.
don't understand.
You're
Like, this is
TPing out a contest bot to do this, so you're opting to trade TPs, and then we don't actually fucking fight. We just allow T1 to get a magical, like, just unreal positioning in the fight for T1 because we don't fight. Yeah.
We lose Daisy because we do nothing.
Yes.
And then it's like we run into choke when like this sequence is like not bad for us because we have vision of the area and they have to face check into all of these bushes. We can set up the Ona ult into MF.
Jackie will pull the trigger at a really tough time for me too.
And then instead we just like walk up here. Faker can pinion us with our Rumble ult and then just I don't know. I was just like mind blown by the sequence. I was like literally not understanding.
I actually can't believe the carry's Q flash didn't hit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, if that hits, then Carrier just like ends the fucking game there.
Honestly, I'm gonna be real. Like, if I'm T1, and this is obviously why I'm not T1, I would probably choke because I would just be dumbfounded that this happened. Just like I wouldn't chase them.
I cannot. I just don't know why top did not turn here.
Mind blown that this is a thing that's in my game. Like,
I cannot believe the top did not just take a fight here. Like their conditions and owner being where he's at, it's like Daisy. It's actually too good. If you aren't gonna fight this, you don't deserve to win this game for real.
Yeah, I at this point I was like, okay, TS is just like not in the video game. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, even like the Rumble ult and the choke, I mean, it gets Mako low, but it's really not the Doomsday scenario.
Yeah, no, it's not the end.
It's fine.
The only problem is that Mako walks through it, right?
Yeah, it's
like,
that, and then Zeus ult is absurd.
Yeah, like if Mako doesn't walk, so go back. I think if Mako like doesn't walk through this, maybe he just like hard commits and they split on this side because Zeus is over here.
Oh, he just sacks himself for Guma. I mean, if he sacked himself for Guma, then Jackie will want to be mind controlled to press R when he did. I mean, props to Zeus on like he is spotted though. Like I just don't know how or why Jackie will open up here at this angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's just not good.
I don't know what's happening, man. It's crazy to me. Like, yes, I think T1 actually had a good series. So I don't think the series like.
Yeah, T1's playing good.
I think I called the series bad because
top just did not show up at all.
Like top was just not in it, but obviously T1's playing well. It's just like it's just felt bad because, and maybe this is just me being biased. I have no idea. So like your opinion, valid on this. But it felt like TS was just not playing.
I mean,
like themselves.
Here, I don't know why they didn't go, and then again, like they're electing to be engaged upon. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is also why I made the comment, like, I understand why they're giving Mako an engaged champ because we're just not picking fights, right? Like, we're not
taking
fights.
They're so fucking scared, yeah. Oh, God.
And it's like, someone just needs to press a button and send it. And so I get why, like, as a coach, I would be like, okay, just play a fucking engaged
play the Ana. Yeah.
Presses, like, a fucking button, you know? I don't know. So maybe he had this feeling going into this game that like they're not gonna pick fights, so let's just give them a really simple engage tool.
It is funny watching Faker, especially like at this point of the game, literally just steal Rumble ult and get redemption and lock it out. It's kind of funny.
I could also see an angle where they get tilted out of their minds because Carry last picked Bard and
they just don't know what to do into it. Yeah. Okay.
So that game was fun. I mean, I think
was a game.
For me, again, like the early game was really impressive by T1. So
yeah, T1's early games have been ballistic in this tournament.
I didn't want to diminish that because, like, I think there's a big difference that sometimes people fail to understand, which is like having good individual early game performances and playing like early game with like very intentional plays that are team wide, which I think T1 does very well.
Yeah.
Even if T1's lane swaps are not always on point, like they always have plans in terms of map rotations and they capitalize on like very narrow windows. Like I think it was Owner who I always watched because he would time his dives with cannon waves like really consistently. So it was very easy to show like a CAD player just like this is how you do it, right? So you could all very consistently watch Owners dive timings.
Yeah.
And then like teach junglers how to make plays on waves, right? So yeah, I mean, like I think T1 very good early game coordination, and that's exciting. I also think it's crazy because they understood their comp really well.
Yeah, they did.
Like it's so easy to play a comp like this and then just like lose your mind and fight 5v5 versus Rumble Ivern and get destroyed.
Yeah.
But they just like avoided fights. They looked for good picks and they kept dragging them across the map. And I really want to watch games like that. So like, I think T1 played it really well. I just was disappointed that TS did not play the game. So it's fine.
Yeah. Before we move on to the next game, we do have Chad asking about the Kadon 4 and thoughts. I mean, I thought it's okay. I'm a bit like, for me, looking back, I would almost rather just put Jackie Love on Kaisa and lane swap is kind of my answer / solution. It would probably give you too much scaling, but I mean, Kadon 4 like in a way does kind of, it takes away some options from top. It's like I don't think they want a Jhin. Ashe is banned. They could have Varus, but even Varus, like you're locked in, you know.
Like it's crazy to say this, but I feel like they almost picked Kate for traps.
Yeah. Chad's theory is that it does block Xayah.
Yeah.
Which it does.
I mean, like I said, I think the big thing is like Kate outranges their top side until a certain point. Like I think it's like level 16 where Tristan is.
And they just want a lane. Like T1 wants to lane. Yeah.
And also I think Kate gives you map rotations, which if I see the top side of Rumble, Ivern, and Triss, I don't want to team fight them.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna play map rotations. And I think that's like the entire thought process behind picking Kate. Like you said, maybe Jhin gives you that, but I also just personally hate Jhin and think it's useless. So I'd rather see Kate. So
yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
That's like a personal bias problem. Most people would probably rather see Jhin there, actually. But I think Caitlyn also gives you the option of having better team fights and more consistent DPS. So yeah.
All right. Next game. Decide Aries said, "Do we think Tien Viego is actually good earlier?" I guess we get to find out this game because it wasn't good. Adaptations here: Sejuani instead of Vi, and then Silas first picked by top. So they give Rumble over to Zeus, and it's Rumble Xayah Rakan. I will say, I think that Xayah Rakan shouldn't be able to be picked this early, and I do like Ezreal a lot here because Xayah has access to Vamp really late in her build, so you actually get poke that sticks. So I'm fine with the top first three. Renekton.
Yeah, actually, I did want to point out because you don't have to go back in the draft, I'll just tell you.
Yeah.
They did hover Poppy here because you brought that up earlier.
Oh, the Tien Poppy?
They hovered Poppy instead of Ro.
Oh.
Yeah, like
I would have liked Poppy there.
Silas, Ezreal, and then they had Rumble Rakan, or it was Silas first pick, and then it was Rumble Rakan, and they went Ezreal, and then they hovered Poppy.
Yeah, I would have liked Poppy because again, like Tien can play it, and I think Rakan is enough where you could actually pick it.
Yeah, I mean, Nico has also played it, so
yeah,
like I think you could also play it. I think they probably I think they felt they needed to engage.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see Zin's out here. By the way, I think Zin's been missing this tournament, and I'm glad that T1's like some teams are playing it. I know Tien's played it too with Braum.
What I like about T1's comp is obviously it's just like fucking easy to play.
It is really easy to play.
It's so easy. But I agree with you, like topside Ezreal should be really a banger here. Like it should be so OP here.
Yeah.
And then I think I liked the thought process from TES that it's like, we got fucked. We early picked Rumble and got fucked by Silas. We'll just first pick Silas.
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't mind the top comp. I would not have Viego'd, but Viego does have a lot of tools and friends. I think that Wukong just makes this game much easier for top.
Yeah, Wukong would be better in Desire, I think.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, you have a lot more ways to play out of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I also, this would have high-key been a decent angle for Rise from Faker, and I know that he hovered it too.
Yeah, they hovered it.
Yeah.
think the Rise have been good, but I think they just went for play straightforward, mid jungle 2v2 into, because I think if you Rise in is actually fine.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Anything?
Rise might be better for 2v2, but yeah.
Nothing too interesting here, rune-wise. I hate the bone plating's on support still, but that's personal bias as well. I feel like conditioning, especially in like lane swaps, has been kind of. You do have to dive, but bone plating just gets taken off so fast. I don't know. Get a long ass CD early.
Yeah, I think the top comp is fine. The biggest problem is just that and again, like I think the win con is you play 3 sides, so it should be better for them, right? But we'll see.
I'm surprised that Viego is working his way up.
Towards the Galio side?
Yeah. I think that I don't know this matchup super well, but I think that you just leave Galio to his own devices here. I know that he has really good gank assists, but like for me, this all comes down to mid, and I really hate how Viego and Silas interact,
I mean,
which is why I'm
I
also
pers-
pro Wukong.
I personally wouldn't go for a gank on Rumble until after first base, but I
Yeah.
can see. But like obviously Galio sets it up for him really well. I think the biggest thing is just like the setup that Galio provides for Viego.
Yeah.
Just the way he's going top.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then Rel looks for mid look early, which I think is good in this matchup.
Yeah, I'm fine with what Top did here. You get Jackie over there getting early tier. Baker did a really nice job though. Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Flash for flash trade's really good from him actually.
one of my players took the over on Faker getting 10.5 kills today. So
He hit 11, yeah.
yeah.
Good. If they're on Prize Picks, tell them to use the Travis code. I had a good day on Prize Picks.
I don't think my Valorant player knows Travis Gafford.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, my Valorant player basically knows Faker. He's like, I always take the Faker over. I was like, okay.
I think I had like 3 or 4 lineups where I had Carrier more than 23.5 assists. And I have a couple like with sports lineups in there. Because if you mix and match, they give you better odds overall. So I'm waiting on NFL Sunday, but it might be a big prize. It might be a couple big Prize Picks lineups. This game's been kind of lame so far because it's no swap and it's just been full clear.
Yeah, see, I agree. No swap is lame.
Yes, swaps are fun. So T1's gonna dual shift up and catch this wave 6 minutes.
Yeah,
And they're gonna have to say use TP bot afterwards. Yeah. Oh no! Wait, top responded. Do we want to fight this as top? Like for me, it's kind of a no.
I think top felt like they got marked in game 1 because of the Grubs buff, so they over prioritized Grubs.
Yeah, because for me, if I see Zyra Khan walk like that, I mean, give me the plate and a half, 2 plates on Ezreal for real.
I would just play for Ezreal.
Give me Ezreal, dude, for real.
But I mean, they are strong early relative to Zyra, just not relative to Rumble, I think.
It's really hard for pre-6 in to function, I think. So I think that's a decent read.
Yeah. Like, I think they're strong versus everything but Rumble, and if Galio can guarantee that Rumble will be under tower, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, they 2 for 1. But Ezreal, I think a little bit of a missed opportunity there to get, like, funnily Ezreal. But Jackie was still up.
I think if anything you can say, like, because they should be stronger, they should get more than 2 grubs if they're going to rotate like this.
Yeah.
And if they were late to rotate, I think that's, like, a valid argument, too. That their setup play was called way too late.
This is kind of interesting from T1. They're gonna
maybe
go,
like
I'm curious what leads to the Drake timer here for them.
Also, maybe to your point, if like Tian had gone bot or whatever, then he could have hovered. They would have rotated first for grubs, etc. Like if they're gonna prio grubs, they should set it up earlier, probably.
Yeah. It's kind of wild to me that Guma is able to get these waves in uncontested. I feel like top wasted a little bit of time here. And good job by T1. But like again, T1 just were not challenged
it's
at
just
all in
like-
this sequence.
Again, it's just like TS's rotations and identification of like what they want to do is like 30 seconds behind.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I
really
don't know.
poor.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with TN like it completely ignoring this, by the way, because there's no way they can touch this. But the Galio walking top here and the trade they ended up making when their bot wave was as scuffed as it was, like this is late. Jackie Love needs to drop this wave and needs to base earlier.
If they care about Dragon, I guess.
I mean, I don't
Dragon's
care
really-
about the dragon. I want TN to keep on farming, and we delayed that for no reason.
And I don't think he needs to drop the wave. I think he just needs to fucking man up.
Oh, okay, well that's fine too. That's fair.
and push it without being scared.
Yeah.
Because they're all on Drake. So it's whatever.
My thing is like he needs to drop these last couple creeps because if the swap's coming in, then you have to be bought for the next wave you're gonna go catch. It's like Jackie Love misses more for me by being slow on this.
And I think for me, like, okay.
Because he
we
misses
can go
out
back.
most of bot wave. It's like you sack the 3 casters to go pick up most of bot wave.
I see what you're saying, but I think like, can you go back to when before he swaps? I think like there is an angle here where they just like Mako doesn't go mid,
Yeah.
and then we just play for top wave and we get better swap angle.
Yeah.
But maybe they were super scared of mid control. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it is hard because he's down. Like he had a really big buy. Like he's no mana and just sitting on tier versus double longsword socks. So like he was up enough for like you just have to get the base off.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in that case also like you make the call that we're giving Drake because they did the things very annoying where they just like watched them take it too. So
Yeah. Yeah.
he could have been top earlier. He also had top camps. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the other big thing for me is I don't know why TN just delayed his own clear for that. Like it was, there's no shot in hell you're gonna fight that ever. Okay.
Oh. Now we're gonna overforce stop. Let's go. Yeah, overforcing time. Woo! Now Faker gets midway for free.
Yeah, if you fuck up in a rumble too, he just deletes the wave.
And a plate. We tried to 3v2 a rumble with ult. It was really good.
Yeah.
And flash.
Yeah. Oh, at least they got rumble flash.
Yeah.
I
got a flash.
Nice swap here from T1 too.
Mhm.
Like just the map wide swap here is the shifts are really good.
Yeah, he got a plate plus the lane assignments that they want
Yeah, that not a good play from top at all.
is once again late. And I think again, like the big thing for me as to why T1 are getting these swaps and the lane assignments they want isn't necessarily just because of it's like not because they're winning lanes, right? Necessarily, and they're getting prio. It's because
Top's wasting time.
top is wasting time and T1 are making a decision to, okay, if this lane needs help pushing out or something like that, we will allocate jungle or support resource, right? Whereas like TES, it's like, okay, we're going to try to brute force from the lane and then something dumb is going to happen where we try to force a gank or whatever. I don't know. It's just weird to see the sequence because it's like TS are making very obvious map control mistakes, right?
Yeah, I mean, really nice chunk on the Jackie, and like this should be it. Like the fact that TN gets one here is kind of highway robbery for me, and then they continue the play. Like why?
Yeah.
Like, why? Yeah, like why? Why are we ever gonna continue the play?
Like Jackie is really low here.
Yep.
TN is isolated, running at that ball. I like. Why are we walking this way?
I have
don't know.
no idea. I carry it absolutely just 1v9s this fight too.
Yeah.
Because he cancels the Galio ult.
Like clearly he thought he could get. I don't. Like, I'm just because he knows that they're there because they walked down.
Faker's angle here was so good. Oh my god, Faker. Man,
Gotta
the
try.
one thing I just really love about Faker is he really is just a timeless assassin player. Like
Yeah,
this
no,
guy's
I mean,
actually so good at assassins.
like it was RDFG that was
Yeah,
like the 2020, or it was the 20. Fuck, how old am I?
2013.
Yeah, the 2013 Faker crap was just the DFG RE, and it's just been that way ever since. So
Yeah, he's always been a good assassin player. Okay, like for me, top beat themselves here.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
But I also do think T1, like I guess the reason why I made the comment earlier is it is not just TES giving T1 free angles, it's also T1 planning as if TES will not get them free angles, so they're in position to get even more from it, right?
hmm
Because their jungle's like in the correct position or the support's in the correct position, and then
yeah,
TES is just literally griefing.
yeah,
So it's just even worse. But I actually think T1 are making smart map movements, assuming that TES won't grief, so that when TS gives them some opportunity, they're in position to just capitalize, right? So
yeah. I mean, T1 had just been dunking on them so far. I
so
don't know.
again, like I'm not trying to I'm trying to keep this from being me just molding about TES for
Yeah,
but because I do think T1 are doing
you
things
you have some right to mold so far. There have definitely
yeah.
been a few very puzzling moments where we're just like, why from top right? I mean, this is another one. Like they're getting cooked on their map right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're rotating late to objectives with bad map state,
Yeah, like
and
none of their
then
waves are good.
not getting the objectives.
None of their waves are good.
So then it just gets really bad. Like, okay, we're pulling Rift Trail. Oh, I remember this. This was actually promising, right? So they're giving up bot tower to get Rift Trailed.
Like yeah, but Faker ports in, so they want the fight, which I'm okay with from T1 perspective. Like, T1's
And
strong.
they get the TP. They should be able to get top wave here, right? It's fine.
Yeah.
So like this is an angle where TS can take control of the map if they want.
Do you need Cream to go back top faster? Is that it?
Yeah, I think that Cream can go back top. Like they managed to evade the T1 fight. So he doesn't even have to go back top faster. He just has to push out this wave, which I think is fine. Like he should be able to. T1 kind of make a mistake here.
Yeah.
They're wasting time a bit. And then he just gets the wave. So I think this entire sequence is fine, right? They force the Rumble ult, which is also good because now it's like, okay, we might not get this wave, but
Yeah,
we
this
can
is
rotate,
chill.
we get full vision.
They get the next one.
Maybe we get tower, and then like we can also. I think now they should send someone bot for wave.
Yeah, I don't love this rift. I know. Yeah, I didn't.
It's
This rift drop is bad. Like, why are we dropping rift here?
Like they get top, they just send someone bot. T1 has to respond to top. They just send someone bot. They already have mid, and then maybe on this sequence, right? If they don't drop rift trails here, they get mid wave, they get top wave, they recall, they open bot, and they drop rift bot. I
Yeah.
think that's
No.
very viable.
No. Yeah. You just drop it on the seesaw, right? Because they got to go fix top after this. And by dropping it mid, you gave T1 the angle to catch everything on the map, actually.
And then I don't know,
And then they
Jackie
deny it.
goes for a leisurely stroll. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that was pretty brutal. Yeah, and like again, T1 just gets to farm all 3 lanes afterwards.
One of the Hoopu comments was, "Don't bother getting a plane ticket home. Just take the Rift Herald."
Nice.
Yeah, good times.
The Hoopa has been like the player ratings and comments have been undefeated.
It's brutal, yeah. I mean, this is just Chinese fans flaming their own people. It's fine.
Yeah. Or creating their own people, like inducting Doran into the fold.
True.
Secret agent Doran.
Nah, man, Doran is something for sure.
He had a special series. We just went over that.
Doran has made a career out of being marginally better than Sora. It's crazy.
and making a really good sandwich for Peanut. this is... I mean, I feel like this is a little bit, like, better for T1, but this isn't bad for top. Like, they've done an okay job carving out space. Just Carrier... Whoops. Carrier kind of baits. It's a good bait from Carrier. It's a really good bait from Carrier. Like, they don't have Guma connected yet. I mean, this is quite good.
All right.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, this is a good start to the fight, unironically, for top. But what happened? Hang on. Like,
Oh.
Mako's engage is okay here. It's a really good Xin ult. No, really good re-engage from Faker, too. Is he fishing for Jacu over the wall? Okay.
This wasn't the worst for top, but it could have been better.
I mean, no one's standing in front of Jaculo, so he can't. T1 just they completely split top.
You can't get into the fight. I mean, Mako does a good job by pulling them in. I think the Rumble.
I think Cream really fucked up.
I think the Rumble was really good. From Zeus.
Cream gets charmed by Carrier here, and then Xin knocks him out, and then Cream just ends up not getting any value in this fight.
Like the Rumble was very good from Zeus.
It was.
They didn't want to cross, and so no, Jackie Love didn't get into the fight. But I thought Mako's engage was good too because like it canceled and pulled everyone together, so T1 couldn't dash out. So if they could combo off of that, it would have been really nice. But
yeah, Chad thinks that Owner should just go in here. He can't die with Flash and R up in Sundered Sky 11. I do agree with him. Yeah, if the W hits Cream, he gets it. I mean, okay.
Yeah. And that was almost a good fight for both teams.
Yeah, I thought like top again looked kind of promising there for me, but the angle that Faker took, like, and Cream getting kind of destroyed by Carry like that, like it really took away. Like it just split top instantly, and they couldn't do anything. Also, the Galio ult versus the Rumble ult value in this fight was kind of crazy.
It's actually like Mako pulls Carry back too in like before the ult starts, which was I think really good.
Yeah, Mako had a good start to the fight. It's just that Cream got really stuck.
Yeah, Cream got fucked, and the Rumble was on point. I think.
Yeah.
So, like, it was almost that could have been a sweep for either team if one or two things had gone the other way.
Yeah, I agree.
They trade towers. It's not the worst.
No, I mean this is okay for top.
Yeah.
It's funny because like I mean this game's not over by any means for top.
No, it's chilling so far, right?
Horizon Focus second for Faker. I'm seeing most players go Leandries in this scenario, but he's still committing to the damage or a lot of damage in his build. Owner going for Cleaver second. I have a lot of beef against all these junglers going Cleaver second, Kelsey. I do not get it.
What's your beef?
This item's just not good. I prefer Sterex most of the time. I mean, like, this game, you're only buffing up Xayah. Yeah. Okay. At least, like, top are able to get, like, both their sides at +1 at some point. Like, and the Ezreal can get push into the Xayah, because, again, Xayah is no lifesteal. It's only lifeline in the runes, so it's not bad. Okay, it's a T1 drop, a little bit bot to get this blue. Yeah, I mean, like, the game doesn't feel like top are completely out of it here.
Sorry, one second. I had to answer a DM, but I am paying attention.
Oh my goodness. Right. I mean, Mako just gets cooked.
Yeah. And then
That's
when
not
they
a good
don't have
that's not a
their
good person to get chunked out.
primary gauge, it's just
It's just a sack.
not a fight anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the wrong person to get chunked. I think Galio needs to be the one checking here instead of Mako.
Gallic can be checking. Or the other option
Yeah.
is like if Silas had ult, maybe it's fine.
I mean,
but-
Jackie was like hitting Faker with Qs. I mean, I respect Faker balling up and walking through this, by the way. Like, this is very good from Faker. To get here, I really like this. I mean, he really, really cooks Mako for it. Yeah. That's a bad mistake from top. Having Mako be the one that like eats the damage there. I mean, we'll play from Faker, but still. What is this ult from Cream? Like, why is it not on Guma at all, too? If we're gonna do this, it needs to be on Guma in some way, shape, or form. Alt spooking Faker is funny, yeah. Yeah, Viego building Black Cleaver here is hilarious. At least the Galio can kind of flip some of the lanes, which is definitely kind of nice. I appreciate that Galio has kind of emerged to be an actual pick at Worlds. I mean, his kit is really, really good. Okay. I mean, Carry getting caught here is... At least he's got the magic... or the damage reduction shield from the support item. Like, again, this is not a bad scenario for top. I mean, at least like top are able to use some of their range tools to actually get something.
Yeah, I mean, this game is like still winnable.
Yeah,
this point, right?
this game's not over. Rumble ult mid.
The biggest thing for me is also like you can't hard force because if you're hard forcing versus Zaya's in, so you need to play for.
You need to play for
side
objectives,
advantages
yeah.
And objectives, which should be able to do.
Yeah.
But like if you're hard forcing 5v5s, it's like the angle where you lose because you also have to play time with like Ezreal versus Zaya needs time for Ezreal to win. Whereas like if
I like what
you're
Ezreal's doing here.
lose, right?
I like that Jackie Love's just going Vamp and BT. He's just always gonna be able to play the fight and getting out of the poke if that T1 has is really good here. Okay, so Faker leaves bot early, so he's not gonna get the next wave, but I really like how T1 does this, the carve out, because they just get fast track to mid. And I feel like Jackie, like that's the one place where you can kind of jail Jackie Love. Ooh, that was good.
Okay.
I still like the idea a lot from T1.
Yeah. And I mean, this is like the best map state TS have had maybe all series.
Yeah. No, it really is. Like their map's fine right now.
But what I like for 2-1 here is that they do what you should do when your map state is losing, and
they just hit the Baron.
Going for Drake, just to fucking go for Baron.
The T1 special.
I mean, it's also the JDG special. Unfortunately, JDG are not at Worlds.
All right.
Unfortunately, JDG are trash.
So they just make it dark and hit Baron, and yeah, okay, free kill. That's sweet.
But I mean, this is like, I mean, am I wrong? This is what TES should have done last game, right?
Yes,
like,
and TES like actually had control over this.
We pull Baron, and then we just wait for them to face check. We turn. We're chilling. It's whatever.
I feel like one of the big differences of this is the fact that, I mean, it's 4 sweeps, so the only wards you have are on your support, and Mako's.
Player thinks.
I mean, well, yeah, but he just dropped his control ward and lost it from this. Or no, okay, never. It's down. It's fine.
It's still there.
But he only has 1 ward left, whereas Keria has what? Okay, now he's got 1. I'm trying to watch this out because like I feel like by T1 keeping top on the map for so long. I mean, this is where top for me just fucks up. Like, it's too early based on the dragon timer. You only do this if you can actually hit it. And then they keep no one there to actually threaten it, so they just lose their control. Like, if you're going to dip down like that, you have to hit it before the waves hit.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, like keeping them on the map is good because it's like if they stay on the map, it's fine as long as they're defending their vision, right? So if they were able to keep wards on Baron, then they could stay on the map.
Yeah,
that's kind of the way I think about it.
Like that's like Mako's last ward though, and it's so fucking dark for them.
Yeah.
So good job T1, I guess.
I mean, the carry special is like drop all wards, recall, drop all wards, recall.
I feel like Jagulov's doing a nice job in this game of hitting poke on priority memory. Like the alts have not been as good as the Qs, but like Jakulov is actually being really useful in this game. You know.
Like as a rookie LCK player, I swear Carry would just like throw games by recalling at bad times for words. But now, I mean, obviously he doesn't do that.
Now he's the GOAT. Oh my god, what a fight!
Oh,
what a fight!
Yeah, I mean the Carry ult is kind of OP.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
When I first saw it, I was like, okay, this is kind of useless, right? They just waited out, but then it got onto Jakulov, and then
the prep from owner, Chad would be proud.
Not
he sat on his Q3 for so long too. Like he's prepping it here in Fog.
Yeah.
Sitting on it. Yeah. Damn.
Like if you don't have the Zinzao follow up there, then the carry ult is bad. But because you do, like the carry ult is actually just game.
I mean, this fight's just over. Jakulov can't fight.
Yeah. And again, it's like if you're playing Ezreal here, you have to play time. So again, it's like the fact that T1 are the first on Baron, you have to face check with Ezreal. Like the same concept from the last game should be applicable in reverse here, which is like also again like T1.
I think 369 is also just Omega griefing this fight.
Understand like their comps win con in both scenarios better. So like game 1, they had to play like the map plus range.
Yeah.
And game 2, they're playing like the all-in fight comp.
Yeah.
And they understand both comps better and just execute both comps correctly.
I mean, 369's fight there was so gross. Like the walking up and holding W for nothing when if Xin jumps on you, you just E and then W. Yeah. Oh, that's gross. Okay. Oh my god, Faker.
We're chilling. GG. But yeah, I mean, game's kind of over at that point.
Yeah, it was actually a good try from Faker. He almost got cream with the Charm Flash. Appreciate it.
I mean, in theory, it's maybe still winnable. But again, like, you have to just play hard sides here. You're not winning fights anymore, I don't think.
I didn't look like 369 was super practiced on Galio. I will say the Zim is... Oh my god, Zeus. Dear Lord.
I mean, allegedly... And this is his first ever comp game on Galio. I don't think he has practiced it much at all. So yeah.
It did not look like it. I mean, maybe TES, like, they lost the B1 Rumble game and then lost their minds. They're just like, okay, we cannot B1 Rumble ever again against these guys. Jesus.
I mean, in theory, Riley should be good, right? Like, it should be super good for them. Not only is it in, like, one of Cream's best comfort picks, it also plays to, like, what they want to do normally.
Yeah.
Again, like, I didn't hate their comp. Like, their comp's decent.
I didn't either. I thought the draft was fine. I would rather have Wukong than Viego, but like even Viego's okay. You know, it's not brutal.
I think maybe if they pick Rise, like, you kill the win con for the TS comp, but they didn't pick Rise, so it's fine. It's chilly.
It's funny how when Silas came out, Silas was just like the freest win in the Galio, and now Galio, because you can go tank, is actually a counterpick to Silas. Okay. I do not get why they go Ken in this game. The Kennen is so puzzling to me when Galio already exists and Xayah is also a thing. And then you just overdose on magic damage. It's so bad.
We must win. We must win lanes.
We must win lanes. What do we drop ban-wise? We dropped the Nar
It's also,
Sejuani bans.
you will be alarmed when you find out that it's not. It's not AP Ken.
369? No! Okay.
GG.
GG. Actually, though, GG. Treads value, pretty good. Yeah, I hate this draft from top. I feel like this is their worst draft
No,
by a long shot. It's disgusting.
I'll let you mold for me. It's fine.
It's so like what? How can you win the game? As
Again,
top?
I feel like they legit, like the coach was like, we're playing like absolute garbage. I am just going to give them a press R comp, even if it's bad. And hopefully they at least fight before we get knocked out of the tournament.
Yeah.
That's what this feels like to me. I don't know, man. It was bad.
I mean, my thing too, like, if you're top and you Ezreal on 3, I actually don't think the T1 can just straight up Kai'Sa. Because it's really tough to Kai'Sa into Xin Silas, because Xin can always just, like, flash in your ass and make your life really hard.
I mean, they'd probably just still pick Xayah now.
They could, but you'd be picking Xayah into Ezreal with no Rakan.
Well, yeah, I'm saying they would still pick Xayah because they did it last game. Right?
Yeah.
Like, they would still just pick it, and
I'd probably set up MF, fine. But
well, yeah, I'm just saying that, like, that ends up being a scenario that's good for you as TES if they do that, right?
Yeah.
But we picked Kai'Sa because reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Kai'Sa is very playable in like Gnar Galio.
It's insane to me that we picked Kai'Sa into Galio.
It is like crazy.
Kai'Sa into Galio is like, I want to FF immediately. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then we have the Keria Pike because
I'm all winning into Galio taunt ult. Yeah, seems fun.
Keria had to play Pike just to show that, you know, he is indeed Korea Busio, you know?
Yeah.
That's it, for sure.
I mean, I do think this series, they really pigeonholed themselves because they telegraphed that Mako will just pick Engage. So it doesn't really matter. Like, from that perspective, like, support will always be. And I do think that is a disadvantage a lot of LPL teams will tend to have at Worlds, is because, like, you know, their supports will always just pick Engage. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like,
we're just going in.
You could legit blind Renata and they would pick Rel or Leona or Nautilus, whatever, you know, or not Rel, Renata, excuse me. You could blind Renata and they would still pick these champs. You could blind Janna, they would still pick these champs. That's crazy.
The thing is, though, if you blind Renata, then they pick Blitzcrank for their engaged champ, and that's actually good.
No, they won't.
They won't? Okay, unlucky.
Leona Rel.
Really good stall here from Keria. This is kind of nasty. He just got owner a straight-up camp advantage. And then... Okay, Kelsey, what are your... Since this is like the first lane swap game you have, what are your opinions about how teams are playing out lane swaps currently?
I have a lot of thoughts. I think this is like not the best example for like a standard lane swap game, but like the mid plus top lane assignment, since it's present here, it's like kind of half-assed here and not done correctly. But I think it's only good if your mid is significantly better than their mid.
I do not get why we aren't trying to play out 3 lanes from level 1 in swap scenarios. I think that this game is somewhat acceptable because Ken and Gnar both have trash level 1s.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually thought NA teams were really onto something when they were just like slamming Jack, slamming Cassante, pretty much for the reason of, hey, we can swap, and it's really good.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, I still prefer like the 80 plus top lane assignment because you don't need levels on 80, whereas the 80 plus mid lane assignment, it's like, if the top plus mid lane assignment, it's like, if anyone goes 80 plus top versus me, then my mid is going to be underleveled the entire game and we just lose map control.
Yes.
And the one game where it worked was BLG versus...
It was a BLG game.
Shit, he's hot.
It was, I can't remember. I think it was versus MDK. I don't know. I thought it was an EU team, but maybe not. But it was like a BLG game, and it was just because Knight was playing Ari, and it didn't fucking matter. Like,
Yeah.
like, all right, chill.
The game 3
Yeah.
Knight Silas game was bonkers from that series, by the way.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. No, the BLG series was an adventure for sure.
Okay, I don't really know what's going on here since we got out of the swap. We ended up fighting because we can. And Tien at least gets a respawn camp, which is good for him. So he gets 4. His owner still has a camp to go. Oh, wait, we leached 4 off waves. Nice. All right, well, we can't dive. But the top lane experience is still a tragedy because we decided to swap with mid. I will say that I also think that you just have to swap as if you are going to play Kai'Sa, because I think the right way to play Kai'Sa right now is to swap and then have Kai'Sa 1v1 the enemy top laner if you can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Are we serious, Cream?
Maybe.
Oh my dear lord. That's bad.
Yep. I don't know. Like, this, I think one of the most disappointing things about TS at this tournament for me is like Korea is supposed to be good at like Silas Akali.
Yeah.
It's just been very whatever.
Yeah. Cream, like, I think Cream's probably on the hot seat and maybe not going to find the team as good as this roster ever again unless he starts playing much better.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, they hired Zia as this positional coach after MSI, and I think Zia is also technically an official sub, so that's like maybe something.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Well, top are at least able to get grubs, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, AD Kennen, for this.
Again, the 2-1, not the 3-0 grubs pick.
Yeah.
Because T1 are always in position to like contest one because they rotate first for somehow. I don't know.
The Xayah Kai'Sa left in isolation is really good for T1 because like that lane in isolation is really brutal for Kai'Sa.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2024 and we still think we can play Kai'Sa and Xayah. It's crazy.
Well, the Kai'Sa champ's just not okay, so, you know, it's fine.
Yeah, it's chill.
Okay.
I mean, into this comp, I feel like Kai'Sa is very balanced.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
comp, Kai'Sa is fucking useless, man. I don't know.
I don't know how we pick Kai'Sa. The fact that Faker has 2 plates too is just really gross. I mean, I do like how Carry has played around this lane. It is legitimately really good.
Mm-hmm.
I like the swap a lot too. You know that TES is down bad too because they actually dropped the Gnar ban against Zeus. I do think the right ban's against. I think you just take Gnar away from this guy. Like he's just too good in this champion.
I mean, that's maybe why they prepared the 80 cannon.
Yeah.
Because in theory, the 80 cannon should just be very sad for Gnar.
I don't really have thoughts about this initial fight or engagement besides the fact that it's nice that your Zin's out right now into Poppy.
I mean, the one plus side is like TS are actually fighting for control of space.
Uh-huh.
As long as they don't overforce, which they just did, but you know,
really nice setup from Karya.
Yeah, we're overforcing some more. It's really nice. Very cool. Good times.
Oh my God, Zeus! Jesus Christ Almighty, man.
And GG.
FF. I mean, like as Cream, can we not press R here and get like once he hops? I think once he hops, you gotta counter with your own R. But oh my God, Zeus is just too good. You got Tien flash too, so Tien can't even follow up, and Carry was playing for it.
Uses they press his R, and it's just over.
Yeah, Cream needs to press R there. I mean, well played T1, but like this game's so over because I really love how Karya chased Tien out of this jungle too. Like that, this is just really smart.
Mm-hmm. This was about the time where I just started making breakfast and going about my day.
Yeah, that adds up. Is that ever a play anyway? What play? Mike J. Anderson. Also good to see you. I mean, I'm fine with the play up until here. I do not know how Top can ever play this one out. And Gnarl's really good for Silas too, but yeah, like Tien split. Tien lost. Like I think once Tien loses Flash, that's the play.
Yeah. Wow, let's go T1. T1 get grubs.
Yeah, it's
Banger.
4
4
grubs.
grubs again.
The Galio just cannot be moved ever in this game.
Yep.
That's the other thing is like we picked Cannon and the fucking Galio too. Like what are we doing?
Well, it's 80 Kennen, okay?
Just play Fiora in the Gnar and just eat it. I don't give a shit.
It's 80 Kennen. Galio should lose to 80 Kennen though.
Yeah, true. Woohoo.
80 Kennen OP.
Yeah, I mean Zeus is so scared of this 80 Cannon with a Treads rush, you know?
I was
still get value.
informed by Miracu that this is a Miracu proved Kennen build. So
I was informed that if Surdy played this build, he would have won.
true. Unlosable. Though, I don't know. It's not the worst series I've ever seen, but
It's not. This wasn't as competitive as anyone was hoping for, though.
Yeah.
I think sometimes, like, the hard part about League is that all the games are played the same day. Like you know, we got baseball playoffs going on right now. You play a best of 7 over 7 different days, right? Sometimes the team that shows up on the day is just not the same as the team that you're seeing, or it's just not close to the other team, you know?
I don't know. It's crazy because I feel like TES played better in Swiss, but it's whatever.
Oh, the aftershock value there from Faker was pretty good. Didn't even hit his second Q and it didn't
Vegas
matter.
got completely outplayed in every way. Like I can't think of a way in which they did not get outplayed.
I can't
It's pretty
either.
much every way
Oh my god.
possible. Which, good for T1.
Do you
It's
think?
not the worst.
Do you think Owner's been the MVP of the tournament so far?
Owner?
Owner, yeah.
I don't know. I felt like Carrier was the MVP of the series, but
I think so too. But
biased.
oh my god.
So it's like the Bard was way too good.
The Bard was absurdly good.
The Pike was good.
Manui says, "Come on, it's T1. They do this every time." Oh my god.
They can't keep getting away with it, man. Come on.
Like, how many? That's so close from that hitting from Jackie Wolf too. He's still respect cleansed. I mean,
Why do we have flat armor? It's too crazy.
just Carrier, just the amount of which he just fucked with top playing this, like the Bard and the Pike and the Rakan too. I mean, I really feel like Carrier is just 1v9.
Game 3 as well, you know? Like,
Yeah.
no.
Like he's just getting so much shit out of them.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's a winning angle for top esports. Just wait, guys. We're gonna have the AP cannon press R and they're gonna melt.
It's 80 Kennen. God, Cubby, we went over this.
Gumo's still consistent LSK. Just say this is ratting it out like Cater likes to say, and other small mistakes. I mean, T1 just didn't. They weren't swapping well. And this team, they play so fast. Like when they start fucking up, sometimes they just don't stop playing fast. That is kind of what makes them a sick team.
I mean, that's the other thing is like TS's lane swaps at MSI were pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just surprised that they didn't like T1 were still struggling with lane swaps this tournament.
Yeah.
So I'm just surprised that they didn't like identify that as an option. So I don't know.
That was
Maybe
like,
they just
oh my god.
maybe they just got ran in lane swaps scrimming FlyQuest all week, you know, and
Yeah.
decided that they couldn't do them.
Oh my god, dude. Jesus Christ, the Carrier Pike, man.
I like how Cubby just doesn't respond to this comment.
No, I'm saying that FlyQuest gets a game, which is my fandom take. This is how it feels like, Kelsey, when I was coaching my non-scholarship Miami team, and I had to play Maryville and start a top 8 every year. I know what it feels like. And you know what? We took a game off that team 2 years in a row because they didn't respect us at all. And that's our hope for FlyQuest.
I mean, I already made the take on Twitter that the FlyQuest series will be FlyQuest of Genji will be closer than top esports and T1. You know,
I think it will be. I don't know. FlyQuest are picking some base champions.
I mean, how can you not? I feel like you have to try to lose this hard. Like you have to be griefing intentionally. Like.
Top definitely made a few decisions where it didn't look like they were griefing intentionally, but they were.
Yeah, I mean it was
really hidden to the common eye, you know, Kelsey. We had to take the deep dive.
I can only say this because it's like they beat T1 in a game, right?
Yeah.
This tournament, and it's like there are certain things that they can do well. They had good fights. They like predicted T1's invade in that series, and they capitalized. Yeah. Like that, there were a lot of options where like they understood what T1's play was on the map, and this one is just like, yeah, we're gonna get outplayed every way possible. I don't know.
369 should have picked fucking Cleanse Quinn. Would have been better than this shit.
True. I mean, honestly, just YOLO. I think that's kind of what this draft was just complete YOLO. Like we're just gonna pick champs that our players can play. And hope for the best.
Oh my god, Carrier! How does Carrier just make it out? Like, just walks out of this? That's disgusting.
And arguably, this game is like closer for the fact that they YOLO'd instead of, because I mean, it obviously there was like a complete disaster in the early game.
Yeah.
But TES are still like somehow making it pseudo competitive, and I think it's literally just champion comfort.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, the red buff invade from T1 was bad. We didn't spend a ton of time on that, but there wasn't much to talk about. Top just got a 4v2. Congrats.
Oh. The debate. No Q. Winning. And there's Poppy, so we can't do anything. Okay, sick.
I mean, like, where Carrier walks is so funny on this champion to me.
Timing could be great, but
like Pyke is a champ where you do not have to give any shits. And thank God we died for this.
Here he clearly has to give a shit.
Here he needs to give a little bit more of a shit, I fear. But, you know, it still is just Pyke dying for nothing.
It's Pyke dying and Dragon's not out for a minute 20.
Yeah, it does not matter.
God knows TES won't actually try to set up before that anyway, so it's fine.
I mean, they have the split push cannon down here. It's saved.
It's true. They have map control. Oh my god, it's winning. Look at this. And we're not going to turn. We know.
We see Galio, and we see to everything in the map. We are going to base. We're going to give up everything.
No, I mean, it actually just feels like T1 pick something resembling a disengaged champ, and TES just lose the desire to fight. So it's like Poppy.
Faker never got a Galio skin for the RNG year where he played like that.
True.
5 games. He just needed to play Galio and get it now. You know, it's about sending a message.
Didn't he not get the RA skin last year? Because
they got the ultimate skin.
He got the RA skin. Yeah, the ultimate skin. Never mind. I don't know why I edited that out of my memory.
Oh, they locked up owner. Oh, okay. Kennen died doing nothing. That's fucking sick. Nice flash 369. I mean, we gotta flash this now.
Yeah. Or at least I don't know.
Yeah.
Something.
That's brutal. And then Faker just took 0 damage.
Oh, we got the dragon though, guys.
Oh, they just gonna go Baron? Yeah. Base.
Yeah, I mean they should.
Base T1.
I mean that is the optimal. I don't know. I've been saying this for a while, but the optimal.
I know you have.
Just give 0.
Just hit Baron. Yeah, just who gives a shit about Baron? Just go hit it. Yeah, I mean second time in a row where top lose their mind.
And it's just I don't know. There's like no objective that's really worth as much as Baron on the map. When it's up, it's like if you have a comp that can turn really easily, which is most comps. Like, every comp has a turn unless you're completely useless at drafting.
Can we ban this Pike skin, by the way?
I don't know.
Okay, that R was kind of gross.
Yeah.
Out. Good flash, Jackie Love.
Oh, we killed the... No! Oh my god. He almost got out. It's crazy.
The W from Jackie Love was honestly almost scripted.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's got to go into a terrible spot to kill Faker, though. Nice hook from Carrio. Jesus.
Yeah, the hook was really good. If he can dodge the hook somehow, it's fun. But
Dude,
look at
how many
so bad,
look at how many fuck saves cares when it comes to the cannon. Just walking up and playing the
mean,
absolute limit because he can, because that
man.
entire champ is damage calculated.
Cannon was a choice. I don't really understand where it's like. We picked Kennen to complement our all-in comp, and then we realized we had too much AP. Oh, it's fine. I can build AP.
Yeah.
It's chill.
Yeah.
That's like the conversation that happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
Oh well. Galio Gobber.
Galio Gobber. Same.
I really feel like the... I mean, I'm really surprised. Like, everyone said going into the tournament that Poppy was literally just going to counter the entire meta, and we just didn't see Poppy until, like, quarters. This is, like, my thing with, like, Poppy and Maokai right now. I just feel like you have to be good enough to play with these champions. But, like, they are OP.
Yeah, I mean, it's so crazy to me because there's just so many draft angles where, like, Poppy looked good here, and we don't pick it, and I don't know why. Like, even if you're bad at Poppy, like, I guess to counter your point, like, even if you're bad at Poppy, your objective control goes up.
You still just press W and hold R, and you're OP.
You press W, and then it's like, anyone looks at the objective, you press R, and then they're gone for the duration of how long it takes to secure the Baron. Like,
look at this. How hard was this shit?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Skill jump.
Yeah.
2018, I remember, I think Shako was doing so well with Vizichachi Poppy, and then no one banned it against him because it's like, obviously Poppy top lost so many matchups.
Yeah.
But it's like they just got free dragons.
Yeah.
Free Barons. Because we press R around objectives. It doesn't matter, guys. It's not complicated.
So Wits End is brutal on Kennen too. Like, they're down 6k gold, and it just feels like they're completely out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 3-item Kaisa too, so it should just never be the case. The Kaisa pick is almost as egregious. It's probably more egregious than the AD Kennen, if we're being honest.
I mean, the entire draft is egregious.
Yeah.
It's hard to decide. It's like the idea of the draft is bad.
Yeah.
Because it's like we saw T1 pick counter dive, and then we just double downed.
I mean, honestly, a decent look here. Like, this is actually good for top.
Because they're actually controlling the space and fighting, which they haven't done most of the series. Which is why, again, like, I get why they picked this draft.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a good draft, but I get that it's like, you just want your team to fight back at a certain point.
Yeah.
You want them to do something, so you just pick things that you think they might be comfortable doing things with.
I appreciate talking through drafts just completely as like an ex-coach. Just like, yeah, like, it looks like we aren't playing great. We're just going to try and go in and see what happens, you know?
And it's like,
been there.
Yeah, the draft is bad objectively, but also I get why it happened. Like, it's not... Like, yes, I could try to completely... I'm not going to, like, overly defend the TES team and their coaching staff because their drafts are actually notorious for being just completely terrible. I think, like, when Jackie Love was on Knight was on TES, there was a very famous interview clip where, like, someone asked him, like, how do you win with your drafts? He's like, frankly, I don't know how we win. Like, it's just, like, known that TES drafts have historically been awful. I think there have been, like, fans camping outside of the TES base, like, requesting that they fire the coaching staff because their drafts are so bad. Like, it's just known.
I mean,
that their drafts are bad.
it's funny because like
But
this is probably the best game they played in a terrible draft.
yeah,
Like this sequence again is pretty good from them given the scenario.
but it's like in this scenario, when your team is playing bad and it's like, okay, it might not be the best draft compositionally, but they're not going to execute a draft where I counterpick their solo
Yeah.
lanes and we play like space or whatever it is that we need to do to win the draft, right?
Yeah,
But they'll execute champs where they like know how to play them when they're drunk, you know, like,
Yeah.
like it's that's literally it. Even if the game is harder for it, they'll play it better. So that's kind of like why I understand why they did the draft, even if I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
So. And again, this is the game where they arguably showed the most signs of life. So
Yeah, sadly it was.
yeah.
Guma waited until last item to get any bonus vamp. It's really lit. I don't think he needs it as much this game, but I do like how we build our champions on T1. I mean, even giving like Nara just the wit's end second angle, like it's too good. All right, yep, no Baron for you. Cream was just wow. Wait, Guma ripped Cream from the Baron feathers. That's hilarious. That's really good presence of mind actually from Guma, because he's not ripping. Oh, I guess he ripped TN too. So like he comboed TN, but the rip just so happened to get Cream over the wall, and then Cream just gets back the fucked off into the wall by Zeus. Really lit.
Dang. We.
I mean, at least they have 3-item Kai'Sa they can kind of lean on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And T1 decided to play Pyke, so you know the game's just harder for them.
Yeah. I mean, kind of, but they also got huge advantages.
Yeah,
early off of it.
the Pyke was massive.
Yeah. And they have Baron, so also they have map control here. Like they can easily rotate top and threaten. They're just gonna use window to base and then push up bot, which is fine. Honestly, I'm kind of a fan. Like if you have Baron, just staying on map.
Yeah, I'm too. I think that the way like Baron should be played is that you fix 3 lanes and you just play into 2 most of the time.
Yeah. That's been the way.
It's not a hot take, but
yeah.
And then whatever the only thing I add to that is that whatever side you collapse into needs to be top or bot. If you're playing Baron through mid, you're just doing it. You're like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, I mean that's why I thought that the angle to just stay on map and force was fine, but T1 are just playing it really safe, which is fine. Also, like they might not get break base off of this Baron because of it, but they also don't think the game. So
I mean, the Kai'Sa's just saving them until now. Because like at least the Kai'Sa had. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean.
So that's how it ends.
Yeah. I mean, it's good execution.
Okay.
TES walking up thinking that they're running. It's fine.
That's it. Jaculov's down in 100 CS at 10 CS a minute. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I can see why you're bummed about this one as a top fan. I feel like this team like just never showed up.
It's fine. I was like not super realistic about my expectations for them, but it's just I thought that they had a better chance.
So is it T1 Genji true final then, Kelsey? Or is BOG going to challenge?
I don't know, man. We'll see. I kind of I'm wondering how tomorrow goes.
I am true. I hope I
have
this
to,
game.
I think it's hardest for me to have a good read on LCK teams at the moment. Because I think I think most people would agree that if you played the HLE Genji final over and over again, Genji would win most of those. I think.
Yeah.
Most people would agree with that. So Genji are probably the better team. But I think also because they didn't win, people are lower on Genji than they would be normally, you know? So I think
They've been pretty damn good this tournament, though, so far. I'm just
yeah,
curious.
I think Genji are still like should be considered favorites.
Yeah.
It's just for whatever reason.
I don't get the tournament meta has shifted a lot, and I'm really curious to see where Genji lands in it, because like they 3-0'd, and then everyone came in the quarters playing a slightly different meta, and I'm interested to see where Genji lands, like if they are gonna land on, hey, we're gonna Maokai Smolder, or if they land on like we're gonna first pick Silas, which Chovy can definitely do, you know.
Mm.
So I don't know. Anyway, all right. Before I wrap up, Kelsey, anything else you want to say to YouTube before I wrap the VOD?
Thanks, YouTube.
Thanks, YouTube. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. As always, subs help out the channel a lot. Likes and comments as well. And follow me everywhere at KubbyXX. And follow Kelsey as well. I'll have all of her stuff in the description. Thanks so much.